Participants, first, the undefeated Skylar Big Dog Lacy.
Well, Skylar Lacy has gone from blocking defensive tackles for Lamar Jackson during his time at the University of Louisville to blocking punches from Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Deontay Wilder. Lacy pivoted from a D1 football career to boxing, where he's been a go-to sparring partner for one of the world's best as he's built his own record to 8-0-2. The only two blemishes on his resume are that pair of draws, one to George Arias in his most recent bout, and another to Antonio Morelos in 2023, both decisions in which he was the visiting B-side. Both fights he felt he deserved to win. But Lacy still has that offensive lineman's mentality and will step right back in front of another tough customer tonight in our co-main event.
And now let's welcome to the ring, Brandon O.J. Bam Moore.
Well, after suffering his first career loss to Richard Torres 3 fights ago, Brandon Moore tapped into the lessons he's learned in earlier chapters in his life. His time as an NCAA basketball player taught him about film study and correcting your mistakes. His degree in accounting and finance, earned during that time, taught him about smart investments. And what better investment than one in yourself? Moore spent his own money and paid for 2 bounce-back fights in Colombia, all the while refining his game with new head trainer Charles Whitaker. The improvements and the beefed-up record paid off with a new promotional deal with Salida Promotions and a high-profile spot here in Flint, Michigan in the first fight under that new deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our co-main event. It is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it will be for the vacant IBF USBA Heavyweight Championship. Brought to you by Salida Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Bet Online and Hotel St. Regis Detroit. It is sanctioned by the Michigan Unarmed Combat Commission, along with the International Boxing Federation. President Daryl Peoples, Supervisor George Martinez. Our 3 judges assigned will be Rose Gross, Vincent Santino, and Patrick Schmidt. Our referee in charge, third man in the ring, will be Steve Willis. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight, out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing red trunks with white lettering and weighed in officially at 260.4 pounds. Coming to us from Indianapolis, Indiana, he was a 2021 National Golden Gloves champion, and now as a professional, undefeated with 8 wins, 2 draws, 6 of those 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Skylar Big Dog Lacy. And his opponent in this championship contest, co-main event, he is fighting out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with red and black and weighed in officially at 249.4 pounds. Hailing from Lakeland, Florida, and proudly representing all of Polk County, he has a professional record of 16 wins, just 1 defeat, 10 of those 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the former NABF and WBC Silver Heavyweight Heavyweight Champion, Brandon O.J. Bam Moore.
Okay, gentlemen, I give you instructions. I want you to obey the commands and protect yourselves at all times. Right now, we're going to call it right here on the red, on the letters, under here, underneath the lettering. All right? Give me a clean fight, gentlemen. Protect yourselves at all times. Stop it up. Let's go to work. That's why I pointed down. Okay.
So Brandon Moore, first fight in a new promotional deal, looking to make the most of it. See flawless victory tattooed on his midsection. Looking for a knockout win here tonight against that man, Skylar Lacy, 30-year-old from Indianapolis, Indiana. Mentioned a go-to sparring partner for some of the world's best. And during his time in the Team Combat League that we mentioned has been helping keeping him busy. He's been in there with the likes of Jerry Forrest and Brandon Glanton and Michael Coffey. He's been staying busy in a different way.
Two big heavyweights, 6'7", 6'6", long reach. I mean, it's not going to take much to get a knockout here. You can see that Lacy's looking for that laser-like right hand right there. That's the one he's looking for. Moore better start moving his head a little bit more, not being a stationary target. Lacy doesn't throw that many shots, but when he does throw, he puts a lot of power behind that right hand.
It's going to be active. He's always said that is the key to victory for him. He said he was told that when he was young, the right hand will take you around the clock. The jab will take you around the world.
Yeah, but that jab needs to come from the chin. You know, he can't keep that lead left hand down like that because he leaves an opening for a big right hand by Moore. And some fighters are comfortable fighting with their hand down like that, but Lacy fights the entire fight that way with that hand down. It's a bad habit.
Some good right hands to the body here in the early going. Facing him with that right hand sails over top of Brandon Moore.
Watch your feet.
Getting tangled up there as we're inside the final minute of round one.
Both these guys have faced decent opposition. We know about the Torres fight for Brandon Moore. Lacy, his last time out in a full professional boxing match against George Arias, he really did enough to beat Arias. He only had one loss on his resume going into that fight. It's another situation, guys, where Lacy knows he's the B-side in this fight. He swears he's not going to leave anything to chance in this fight.
We saw some real animosity between these two at the final press conference. Lacy had Moore by the collar, almost had him in a chokehold with both hands.
Yeah, I think the animosity is flowing more from Lacy's side than his Moore. He was the one engaging in that kind of chokehold.
Hands are free.
A stiff jab there from Brandon Moore.
Punch it down.
Skylar Lacy walking into that one. Seconds tip away in the opening round.
Listen, calm down. Hey, B, you gotta settle down, B. Nice and calm. Good. Put your arm down. Relax. Drop that jab. Step to the right. Step to your right. Put straight right hand. Don't get into it on crazy punching and overreaching. Relax. That's on the right hand. Jab over the right hand and be calm. Control. Okay? We worked on. Just be calm. Calm yourself. All right? Take a rinse. Nice and calm, baby. Nice and calm. Right here. There you go. Good.
see Charles Whitaker in the corner of Brandon Moore, former 154-pound contender who's really worked in these last couple of training camps at polishing the game of Brandon Moore. He's obviously got some athleticism, got some spring, a little bit of power, but definitely needs some polish. That's what Whitaker says he's been working on. Sergio, I went back into the stats, and Charles Whitaker was calling you out back in the day.
Yes, he was back in the day, but good fighter. Too much risk, not enough to reward for me.
I think I called the Charles Whitaker-Gabe Rosado fight. Yes, you did. Yes, NBC Sports Fight Nights.
Good fighter.
Jab to the body there from Brandon Moore. Skylar Lacy missing with that big right hand.
Both these guys need to start establishing that jab, and that's what Moore's doing right now. Lacy just needs to keep that left hand up and pop the jab himself. He's a slightly taller fighter. I think he has a slightly taller reach. Use that reach. Then that way you can set up that long right hand. That's the right hand that he's looking for. So you got to hide it behind that jab.
All right. Step back. Here we go.
And Sergio, that's the conundrum of fighters like Lacy who like to have that low lead hand. They like the added vision that they have in terms of the punches coming at them, but at the same time, it's harder to disguise your backhand.
It's hard to disguise the right hand. Not only that, but he doesn't have the coolness. Lacy doesn't have the hand speed to be able to have the luxury to be jabbing from that low. Not only that, but you're opening up your chest and your belly. So Moore should be jabbing down to that torso area of Lacy. That's going to open up the headshots as well.
He's did very well on the U.S. National Amateur Circuit in a short time. Skylar Lacy, a National Golden Gloves winner.
See that jab that Moore landed right in the gut. Those are effective shots. They're annoying shots. And the more you land them, the more you don't want to get hit by them. And you start blocking them. Lacy will start blocking them. Will open up the shots upstairs.
Let him go. Punch it in.
Jab to the gut seems harmless, man, but the more you start doing it, it starts getting to you.
Come on now. Stop.
You know, see a little bit of that football background from Skylar Lacy there. Kind of a run block right into Brandon Moore.
The backside of Brandon Moore almost landed on our commentary table.
All right, go stop that right now.
The two big men.
Go away on the clinches, all right?
The two big men, he clips the lighting here. I mean, I didn't see nothing. I thought they were going to fall.
Sergio, you saw your light flash before your eyes.
I did, man.
As Brandon Moore came towards you.
The closer these guys got, the bigger they got.
There's about 600 total pounds heading our way. We're lucky they're in the center of the ring and on our left.
Let him go. Hold on. Keep your head up. Let's go.
The crowd here at the Dordt Financial Center going a little bit restless with these clinches as Moore places the right hand to the body. Skylar Lacy wrapping him up once more right above us.
You know, if I'm Steve Willis, I'm getting in there earlier than this. I don't want to let these guys hold on to each other for 10, 15 seconds at a time.
We're just missing the right hand right at the bell.
All right.
Right here and over it.
When you're coming in on those ropes, don't put your hands so you can wrap around there. Bump your hold. All right, we got to stop that.
All right, come down. Bump that jab. Bump the disc right. You have to team them up with the three. Yeah, you understand me? When you throw your thing, 2-3. Thank you, jab, 2-3. You got to draw the action straight now. Everything shows that too, but you got to be straight. Every second and third shot is landing. You understand me? So roll up on the 2s and 3s. Okay? The second and third shots are landing. 3. You always have to go 2-3.
Take a look back at the corner of Skylar Lacy.
2-3, whatever. 2-1, whatever.
Bones Adams giving the right advice. You got to use that jab. I know it sounds simple, but that's what you got to do as a big man. That opens up everything. These guys are both, their technique is flawed. You got to go back to the ABCs of boxing. Stick that long jab, and that's going to set up everything.
You know, I say this as a compliment. Bones Adams will train anybody. You always see him show up in kind of random circles.
He's a hell of a trainer. I mean, he was a damn good fighter, and he knows what he's watching.
Round 3 underway, and the action picking up in the early moments. At least momentarily.
See, both these fighters, they are not athletically gifted enough to be leading in with left hooks or with straight right hands. They got to go into the front with a jab. Keep it real careful. Jab, jab, 1-2, jab. Your opponent's about to run into something.
See, when these guys are in clinches, Sergio, Steve Willis is crediting them with attributes I don't think they have. Right? Like punch out. They're not built for that.
Yeah, you have a good point. These guys aren't made for inside fighting. They're too big, they're too long.
Last time, whoever throws, it's going to take it. All right? Both hold. Both hold. Stop.
Well, not only that, but in those clinches, guys, I mean, you're not going to move a D1 offensive line. Skylar Lacy is going to walk through the ropes every time. Now Moore.
Good right hand landed there by Moore moments ago.
Someone chopping right hands. And gets wrapped up immediately. Just a messy style matchup thus far.
Lacy doesn't know how to respond when he gets hit. You can tell that he's the one that's not accustomed to getting punched like that. He hasn't been boxing too long, so when he gets hit, his initial instinct is to turn his back.
As we mentioned, this very much is a matchup of converted athletes.
Punch it out. Punch it out. Punch it out.
Oh my goodness.
The cameraman just gets
knocked off the apron.
Shout out to the DAZN cameraman, back on his feet, and the crowd appreciates the effort.
Okay? Whoever holds next, gotta catch that point.
That's the first time I've seen a cameraman out like that. Knocked out and back on the canvas.
Back. Timing.
Someone give that man a raise. Brandon Moore now on the attack with 45 seconds remaining. And this one is getting out of hand.
And that right hand from Brandon Moore really starting to find a home.
Good body shot there by Lacy. Whoever decides to go to the body, it's going to be opening there. It's going to be an opening to the body. There it is right there. See? Lacy taking advantage of that body shot right there.
Falling short with that right hand. Brandon Moore looking for the counter. 10 seconds remain in a bizarre third round.
Saw one knockdown of the cameraman.
I need body work. Touch the body. Go into the body to the upstairs. You understand?
All right, fellas, here you're going to see the very first knockdown of the fight. Lacy coming in, backing up against the ropes, and there goes the cameraman. Off the dais, straight backwards, lands on his back, but he was up well before 10 and back in position before the start of the round.
Down goes the cameraman. And he waves at the other camera. Shout out to the cameraman. Look at him.
Check it out. Check it out.
Well, Paul, one of the stars of the evening. We made a couple of pro wrestling references. That was a Mick Foley bump off the ring apron down to the concrete floor. Paul, the toughest cameraman in the business. As round 4 begins.
And for Skylar Lacy, you've got to start trying to find adjustments here. That right hand of Brandon Moore really found its home in that last round.
Forced on aim at the chest in the midsection of Lacy. That's very smart. That's very smart because that's not only going to put you in range to land that right hand, but that's also backing up the bigger men. Big men hate getting pushed back like that. No matter how athletic Lacy is, he's not accustomed to fighting backwards because he's not athletic enough, not gifted enough with his feet like that. So pushing him back with that jab sounds easy, but it's doing the right thing.
And a moment ago there for Moore, scraping the face of Skylar Lacy, leaning back out of the way.
Punch it out. Hands are free. Punch it out. Right. All right. Come on, step it.
Like every time they go to the ropes, guys, I'm thinking they're going over the top.
See, you can see how Lacy doesn't know how to react when he's under attack. He wants to turn his back.
There we go, Snag. Right. All right. Come on, step back. Step back. Step back.
able to get his right hand involved.
Last one. Last time I said it. Last time.
Yeah, we've seen both these guys get warned by referee Steve Willis, but over the last 2 rounds, it's pretty clear that Willis is directing his ire at Skylar Lacy, who's initiating a lot of these clinches and doing a lot of the pushing against the ropes.
But Lacy just looked for a clinch, and Moore basically slipped it. There he couldn't avoid it.
Punch out. Let him go. Stop. Time.
This is going to be a point, I imagine.
Come here. One.
He's taking a point away from Brandon Moore.
I told him. I told you. I'm not talking no more. One.
I don't know how you take a point away from Brandon Moore in this situation.
I thought they were going to take the point away from Lacy.
100%. Skylar Lacy is the one pressing him up against the ropes. Brandon Moore is just reacting to him there. That is a tough point deduction.
And Brandon Moore and his team will justifiably feel that that was unjust unless there's a quick call to make up for it to penalize Skylar Lacy as well. Well, there's a right hand to penalize Skylar Lacy, and another one just misses over the top.
And the reason that right hand landed because he threw a jab downstairs. Threw a jab to the belly. That got Lacy to block it. The right hand opened up. That punch will land again.
Stop. Time. Over there. You over there. Here. One.
There it is.
One. Both of it. Back up. Time it.
Points deducted from both Moore and Lacy. Chris Mannix, good luck with your scorecard tabulations. There's the right hand from Lacy to the body. Things just as messy as ever at the end of the round.
Yeah, go funny. We let him out work yet, though. Bro, what's up? This is nice tonight.
Well, this will be a very different looking fight. The 3-weight world champion, Shakur Stevenson, is set to mount the latest defense of his title at Riyadh Season's The Last Crescendo against rising prospect Floyd Schofield, live on DAZN pay-per-view on February 22nd. As we look back at the pair of point deductions from the previous round.
So let's take a look at the first one that was given to Brandon Moore. He's got a hold around his arms around Lacy, but it's Lacy that has him pushed up against the ropes. When they broke them up there, Sergio, I thought for sure he was going to take the point away from Skylar Lacy. Instead, gives it to Brandon Moore. Next time around, Skylar Lacy is the one getting the point deduction. So very sloppy in there in the first half of this fight.
Look, I love the fact that Steve Willis is trying to take control of this sloppy fight, so I'm glad that he took away points from both of them.
Round 5 underway. Couple shots landing in the early going here from Brandon Moore. All right, Chris Mannix, have fun with the math on this one. How do you have this one scored?
Well, for the purposes of this scorecard, I've got it 38-36 in favor of Brandon Moore. I gave Skylar Lacy that first round, kind of a nip-and-tuck round. But since then, I thought Brandon Moore has controlled it. 2-point deductions, one apiece in that fourth round. The round that was won by Brandon Moore. So on my card, 38-36 in favor of the once-beaten Brandon Moore.
Nice lead right hand there from Brandon Moore a moment ago. Lacy steps back in with a right hand to the body.
See, Lacy's exhausted. That's the reason he's able to. He doesn't know how to clinch it properly, so it looks sloppy. It looks like he's trying to fall over his opponent when he's tired. You know, it will serve more right to start just digging the body of Lacy and start taking the wind out of him, take the legs out of him, take everything out of him with his body shots.
That counter right hand of Moore has really been working over these last few rounds.
As Lacy is starting to tire, he's in range for that right hand a little bit more often. In the early rounds, Lacy was able to clinch, maybe lean out of the way. I mean, the clinches are still happening, but the right hands are landing with a little more regularity.
But Lacy's going to get another point deduction.
Yeah.
Look it up. All right, just don't look at it. You got to stop holding. Both of you. All right, I didn't come here to take points. All right, let's get to work, man. Let's go.
Well, if Steve Willis doesn't like a fight, something's wrong.
Good shot there by Lacy, but see, he doesn't know how to respond when he's tired. That's the thing.
Whoa! Time! Stop! Time! One. I understand, but you gotta keep wrapping around. Don't you keep wrapping around? It's over, man. Come on now.
It's probably not going to get much better for Skylar Lacy, who is in his first scheduled 10-round fight. The fatigue is probably going to continue to set in. It wouldn't surprise me if he continues with the holding to see this fight wave off.
I totally agree. He just doesn't know how to fight tired.
Come on, Sky.
He fight.
Oh my goodness. Moore nearly went through the ropes on that one.
Fighting tired, there's an art to it. There's a skill to it that you got to master. These guys haven't been boxing long enough, especially Skylar Lacy doesn't know how to respond, doesn't know how to act when he falls off balance, and he's only going to get more tired. We're halfway into this fight. I don't see this fight going the distance. Someone's going to get disqualified or something. I just don't see it.
You did say at the beginning of this fight you didn't see it going the distance, but maybe not this way.
Maybe not that way. Someone's getting disqualified.
I understand what's going on. He's pressing on you, but you can't wrap your arm, okay? I understand that. I understand. I'm dealing with that. But you can't wrap either, okay?
Listen, dude. Just control. Just control. Don't lose all that jab. You're reaching. You're trying so hard. So you touch him with the jab, the right hand is there. You give him a second to get away. Bang, bang, bang. Come back with the hook and throw the right hand behind.
Larissa Shields getting gloved up in the back. Our main event coming up next. The Globe taking on Danielle Perkins, the undisputed heavyweight title on the line. A woman who has a biopic about her on streaming services now. I mean, this feels like a movie scene coming back home to Flint, Michigan with the undisputed heavyweight title on the line. The crowd is going to erupt for that one.
Guys, I get Steve Willis wanting to be fair to both sides, but I don't see Brandon Moore doing anything wrong in these exchanges. He has got a big 6'7", nearly 300-pound man bearing down on him.
Good body shot there. See, Moore has the right idea now. He started off this.
Let him go, Scott.
He started off this front, jabbing to the body, digging to the body. That's getting Lacy uncomfortable. Lacy does not like those body shots. Doesn't know how to respond.
Step back. I got you, man. I got you. Keep holding me. I see both of you.
Steve Willis intently watching Skylar Lacy right now. And you're right, Chris. He's trying to be equitable in terms of the warnings, but there again, initiated by Skylar Lacy.
All right. What are you supposed to do in that situation if you're Brandon Moore?
First time I've heard a referee warn a fighter don't hold when they're standing at range. Don't hold. There again. Someone's trying to preemptively warn Skylar Lacy not to come in and wrap Brandon Moore up.
Don't hold.
You know, if I'm Brandon Moore right now, I don't think I'm worried too much about the right hand. Just keep popping that jab. Lacy's just standing there. He is an easy target for a jab. Keep popping that jab and wait for him to come crashing in and try to time him with that right hand.
That's exactly all he needs to do is jab at the chest and the belly. Your opponent, Lacy's about to run into a right hand. He's tired. His technique is failing him. He doesn't know how to respond when he's tired. A jab to the chest and gut is all Moore needs right now.
There's the jab you're asking for. Two of them popping the head back of Skylar Lacy.
Step back. All right, break. All right, easy. Step back. All right,
The energy in the arena right now, somewhere between restless and annoyed with the proceedings right now. There's a right hand from Skylar Lacy.
You know, and that was an opportunity for Skylar Lacy, who landed a clean right hand. Now it's a chance to step back. He landed a clean right hand. If he had a chance to follow it up there, he might have been able to do some damage. Big left hook there from Brandon Moore.
All right.
Maybe the best shot of the fight thus far.
Shit. Hey. TJ, hand me that water. Hand me that water.
You understand?
Yes.
No more being sitting in the back. Stop closing.
All right.
Just waiting for your closing now. You understand me? Double jabs. Follow with the right.
Well, one of the best pure action fighters on the planet, Eduardo Rocky Hernandez, will continue his climb towards another title shot. The ring number 10 junior lightweight contender takes on the countryman Rene Tellez-Guiron atop a February 28th show from the Auditorio of Guelaguetza in Oaxaca, Mexico, live here on DAZN.
There you see Moore just barely missed 2 big punches right now. He has the right idea. The fact that Lacy's technique's out the window. He's flawed. He's ready to get picked apart right now. It just takes 1 big shot. Moore has the right idea, but if he continues aiming at the chest, those big punches up top will open up.
Go! Let him go! Wait! All right, good. Fight your way out. Good.
Landed that same counter left hook
What I
there.
want you to do.
Starting to find a home for it.
Punch it out.
All right, Chris Mannix, how do you have this one score so far?
Yeah, really all Brandon Moore up until this point.
All right, stop.
58-53. He had a 10-8 round, that 5th round with the point taken away. And Steve Willis just can't get control of Skylar Lacy at this point. At what point, if you're the referee, well, that's the word right there, disqualified. At what point do you disqualify a fighter that won't stop holding and is really just making this a wrestling
I
match?
still believe that's what's going to happen. I just don't see this fight. I mean, there's a long way to go, and this man is exhausted. Skylar Lacy is exhausted.
Well, that's the first time that Steve Willis introduced that word. Lacy now turning his back.
Don't hit him behind the head.
This morning, Brandon Moore not to hit him behind the head.
No matter how big and strong you are, I don't care if you come from the football world, where it's a physical sport. This is a physically taxing sport, but it's mental as well. You got to learn how to fight tired. You got to learn how to fight when you're hurt. You got to learn how to fight through all circumstances. Skylar Lacy is lost right now. He doesn't know what to do. He's too tired and fatigued.
It's kind of incredible. He did fight, as we mentioned, a good fight against George Arias.
They're going to disqualify him.
Don't wrap your arms around him.
His past suggests he's been in with some pretty good fighters in sparring. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Says he's been in camps with all these guys, but this just looks like a very amateurish fighter.
Yeah, when you're in sparring, you just need a big body in front of you. You know, whenever you're fighting these 6'6", 6'7", you don't care how good they are. You just need a body to give you work. You know, it's basically a punching bag with legs that you're paying.
Hands are free. Hands are free. Stop. All right, let him go. There you go. Let him go. You're tying up. Let's go.
I mean, Brandon Moore is spending a lot of his time just guarding against the clinch here and trying to prevent being pushed over the top rope.
I honestly don't know what Steve Willis is waiting for at this point.
Right.
Final 20 seconds of the round.
Yeah, they need to disqualify Skylar Lacy. He's not fighting. He's doing more wrestling, just pushing back.
The boos here at the Dorn Financial Center tell the story.
Listen to me now. Now you gotta listen to me. You allowed him to put you on the rope. You're not doing anything on the rope to get him off. You gotta get him off of you. All right, now, but he's not wrapping around. As long as you got your hands free, all right?
Brandon, listen. This guy's ready to go. You carrying him. You carrying him. From here to here. You understand? Anywhere it lands from here to here.
Hey, listen.
You gotta go first.
Listen.
Stop fucking lunging in, bro.
Two to the body.
Stop lunging in. He's moving. Just hold your ground and throw your shit.
here to the
Get fucking
shoulder.
in. Don't. You gotta stop it when you throw body back.
Listen to coach.
You can knock him the fuck out. Just say what you fuck out and catch him right hand hook, right hand hook.
I told him he's got to fight you. Don't let you lean on you like that. He's got to fight you off. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. But when he raps, that's a different deal.
I need this round.
He's going on the table right now.
Right hand.
Let's go.
Say where you are.
You know, with all due respect to Steve Willis, a veteran referee in this game, I don't get admonishing Brandon Moore at all in this situation. Skylar Lacy is just crashing into him. The only thing that's stopping Brandon Moore from coming straight through the ropes is just holding on to him.
How do you want Brandon Moore to punch his way out of that?
Yeah, you can't punch your way out. There you go. That's the only thing that needs to happen.
You're holding. I can't let it go anymore. But you're holding, man. You're holding once you get there. Once you keep your hands on, you can go. Let's go. Time in.
He's smothering, he's holding, he's pushing, he's using his body weight. He's not fighting. He's doing everything but boxing.
This fight is truly devolving into an embarrassment.
I knew that was coming.
Goodness!
I knew that was coming.
He went through the table, and you know what?
Disqualify these guys, man.
This fight should have been stopped 2 rounds ago. How embarrassing is it that this fight has been allowed to continue?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Take time. He's done. We're over.
So this fight devolved into a wrestling match. And just like we see in many wrestling matches, the announce tables have been broken.
Thank you.
Just an unbelievable scene here in Flint, and one that we could see coming from round 2 onwards.
It just really is remarkable to me that this fight was allowed to continue past the 5th or the 6th round.
We all saw this coming, and it happened. I mean, I'd never seen anything like this. We were talking about pro wrestling earlier. This is literally the WWE right now for what we're watching and experiencing.
When again, outside of flagrant blows behind the head or illegal blows, I don't know that I've seen someone try that hard to get disqualified.
Skylar Lacy didn't come to box. He didn't even come to fight. He came to wrestle, and that's exactly what he did.
All right, let's take a look back at the replay here as our announce table is getting a little work here.
And this is the kind of move that we've seen over and over and over again over the course of the last few rounds. Skylar Lacy just pressing the action, pushing Brandon Moore against the ropes, and eventually they get right through him.
We're also waiting to see what the official ruling will be. The fighters were given that 20 count on the floor. Brandon Moore kind of rolled back in at the count of 18, almost like pro wrestling.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. 20 count in pro boxing. I've seen it in wrestling, and you just if you go back into the canvas, you go back into the ring, you're the winner.
Well, the official ruling from Steve Willis at the time was that Skylar Lacy was out. That was his ruling in that moment.
Right.
We'll see how it's officially ruled. Thomas Triver is going to give it to us in a moment. But this is going to go down as a win for Brandon Moore.
Just an astonishing scene here in Flint. And after rounds and rounds of utter chaos, we certainly got something memorable, Chris, out of a fight that could have been as forgetful as possible.
Yeah,
forgettable as possible.
I mean, honestly, this was probably the most likely outcome once we saw the way this fight was devolving. Really, from the second or third round on, it became just a battle of holding, with Skylar Lacy pushing Brandon Moore against the ropes. The referee in this case was blaming some of those exchanges on Brandon Moore. I didn't see it. I just thought Brandon Moore kind of holding on for dear life. So something like this didn't happen in the early part of this fight. And then inevitably, they both go through the ropes, crashing through the announce table, which as we speak is still being put back together. And I'm not sure it's going to be. This announce table might be toast.
We might be standing tonight, guys.
That fight was so bad, it was somewhat ugly and entertaining.
All right, let's throw it up to Thomas Treiber. Let's forget about this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 51 seconds of round number 8. Our referee in charge, Steve Willis, disqualifies the blue corner for unsportsmanlike conduct. Therefore, your winner, and now the IBF USBA Heavyweight Champion, Brandon O.J. Bam Moore.
Well, in unforgettable fashion, Brandon Moore remains in the win column